Shalom. This is Brother Kadash Shema. I want to start giving all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there pushing His word with sincerity and truth. Quick to the point. Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah chapter 1. Verse 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. Okay? So this is the Most High telling that how He put Israel, Israel is His favorite people. They had the blessings, according to Deuteronomy. You know, if they kept the Lord's statute and commandments. But our people went off, you know. But if they stood stiffly in the book, with the Lord's statute and commandments, they would have been a blessed nation. But they erred. Because if you look around today, you see that our people are wicked as hell. You know? So it says, "Oh, hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me." Verse 3, the ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people do not consider. Right. The ox is a stupid animal. They're not known for to be that bright at all. But we know that even the ox and the ass knows who's feeding them, who's nourishing them, who's giving them the water, their master. But Israel do not know who his master is. Who is his master? Yahweh is the Father and His Son, Yahweh Shah. Which you can't get to Yahweh without going through Yahweh Shah, which is the Son. Okay? Which is, Yahweh Shah is also the chief cornerstone. Okay? And it says, the ass his master's crib, but Israel did not know. My people do not consider. Right? They don't consider because they into everything else. You know what I'm saying? They turned their back on the Lord, so that's why they're in the condition they in today. And the Lord give us plenty of times to turn back. He always give us a warning and say, hey, son, listen, check this out. You know what I'm saying? You're going off. Stop doing the shit that you're doing and turn away from your wicked ways. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll be blessed. But a lot of our people are stiff now. You know what I'm saying? Like you heard the old saying, a hard-headed make a soft tail, a soft butt. You know what I'm saying? That's the same aspect with us today. Okay? Then it says, verse 2, a sinful nation. Yeah. Israel is a sinful nation. They become more wickeder than Esau. They surpass almost the wicked for the deeds that they're doing today. You know? Brothers hating on other brothers because they shining. You know what I'm saying? They doing good for themselves. You know? And that's through the Lord. That's the portion through their Lord. You know, brothers doing the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, pushing this word diligently. And the Lord is making them shine forth through the work, through the Holy Spirit. Okay? So a lot of our people is like crabs in a bucket. They don't want to see another man do well for himself. And when I mean do well, I don't mean financially. I mean spiritually, through the scriptures. Okay? And then it says, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, that we are. They have forsaken the Lord, turned their back on the Most High. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel into anger. They are going away backwards. Why? Verse 5. Why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. Yeah, we are sick, and not spiritually sick. Okay? Why should you be stricken anymore? You should revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. From the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it. That word soundness is wholesome, okay, meaning wholesome in it. But wounds and bruises and purifying sores, they have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. Okay, let me read that again. From the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it. But wounds and bruises and petrifying sores. Right. So petrifying sores. And this is talking spiritually. This is not talking carnally, as if you had a sword. Okay? This is talking about spiritually sick. And spiritually sick, meaning like if you see somebody carnally right now and somebody got their head busted open, you see the white meat. And the white meat is just all out. So it's petrifying. You're like, oh shit. Yo, you need to get that treated. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And then it says, but wounds and bruises and petrifying sores, they have not been closed. So it's open. You know what I'm saying? It's so to speak. Neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment, neither mollified with ointment, meaning that it hasn't been treated. And the only thing that can be treat you is this coming back to the Lord's statute and commandments of the scriptures. That can heal you. That can close up those petrifying sores that the nation of Israel have on them today. You know, our people is going into the ways of Cain. You know what I'm saying? Be doing wicked shit. You know? But stay in the scriptures, stay strong, stay focused, and the Lord is the only one that can heal you spiritually. You know what I'm saying? From the sickness and the things that we're doing. But here's the bad news. Only 1/3 is going to get this. 2/3 is going to be destined for destruction because it is sealed in their minds and their spirit to not get this. To show the Most High's power, His glory. Okay? This is all behind because of the Lord's doing. Alright? Now, I want to go back to that verse because I want to touch on something. And what I want to touch on, it says in verse 2, it says, hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord have spoken, have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 5, verse 1. Now I will sing a song. Now I will sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved, touching his vineyard. My well-beloved has a vineyard and a very fruitful hill. Now, that vineyard is symbolically talking to the nation about the nation of Israel, you know, and they had the best of everything. They was promised all the blessings, the covenants, and everything if they would have stuck to this word. Okay? In verse 2, and he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof and planted it with the choicest vine and built a tower in the midst of it and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes, meaning that it was supposed to produce grapes, but it brought forth wild grapes. And those grapes was useless, in other words. You know, it didn't do what it was supposed to do. It didn't produce what it was supposed to produce. Okay? And it says, and you know how you do a garden. When you do a garden, the Most High is telling how he took the choicest vine and he cleaned out the part for this vine. He took out the stones, the weeds, and he prepared it a fruitful hill for it. He prepared a sanctuary for it, a great place for it. You know, symbolically speaking. All right? And he cleared it out. He put the nourish on it. You know what I'm saying? Going back to like kind of, you can picture the Garden of Eden. All right? And prepared it, watered it, nourished it. Okay? And then it says, and brought forth wild grapes, as you in verse 3. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray ye, betwixt in my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Right, the Lord saying, what could he have done? What else could he do? All right, to the vineyard. And once again, when Israel's going off, the Most High sent prophets and judges, you know what I'm saying, to warn the people in the vineyard, to prepare it, to nurture it with the scriptures, to give it everlasting water so that it could grow through the scriptures. Okay? What could have been done more into my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, they brought forth wild grapes. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and shall be eaten up, and break down the wood thereof, and it shall be trodden down. Right. The Most High is going to take the protection away, the hedge around it. So, spiritually speaking, when the crops is growing, now he's going to let the stones go in. He's going to let the weeds grow in. You know what I'm saying? And the vineyard that's supposed to grow, that turn the white grapes, it's going to be all, how can I say it? It's going to be all twisted up looking like it's half-ass dead. You know what I'm saying? Because it's spiritually sick when you go back to Isaiah 1, symbolically putting it together. Okay? And it should be trodden down, and I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. Right. So that fruitful hill, that special place, the gates that was around it, protecting it, you know what I'm saying? Because the vineyard is speaking of the nation of Israel, but it's using metaphors and allegories to show how a garden will do, or a husbandman will do till the ground, according to Mark chapter 12, verse 1 to 10. Okay? And I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that rain no rain upon it. Right? Because, you know, you need the rain, the water to nourish it for it to grow. And also too, like when you look up in ancient time, that I find the when I gotta find the scripture, but it was a blessing when the rain came down. You know, the water came down. It was a blessing. You know, and when the water didn't come down, it was like kind of like a curse. All right. Command the clouds that rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel. And for verse 7, for the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plan. And he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold a cry. Right. So that's where we at today. That's why, according to Isaiah 1, you see that the whole head is sick. And the reason why the whole head is sick is because we're not coming back to our Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, and his Son is named Yahweh Shah. We don't have a firm foundation dealing with the things in this world. So we're sick. The philosophy of this world is making us sick. But the elect is standing tall and they're fighting. And I hope you were edified. I hope you was edified. And this is another hit of Performing Arts. Shalom.